We can vote. And why is voting important? Great. How many people voted in our last election? Great. I wish everyone raised their hand. And we have a lot of people who don't understand our political system. Again, lack information, lack awareness, and therefore don't feel compelled to vote. And voting is power. And we can have respect for our fellow citizens. And rather than simply driving by and saying, oh, you're down and out, too bad for you, your fault, get up, do something better next time. We can have a sense of compassion, a sense of respect for other humans on our planet. And we can become conscious consumers. Okay? So we can attempt to not buy clothing produced in sweatshops, not buy fair trade coffee, buy fair trade bananas. We can attempt to make ourselves more aware and become more conscious consumers. And finally, we can move from me to we to world. And moving from looking at only myself as an individual to understanding the role that I play in my global community and the way that I live my everyday life impacts other people in our global world. I love this quote, be the change you wish to see in the world. Any other ways that we can become global citizens? Lorraine.
Yeah. I want to pick up on the be more informed. When you become more informed, find the issue that grabs you the most. There are many, many grassroots organizations out there working for change and actually having successes. So find what really grabs you from this presentation or from other things you learn here in your life. Join an organization and actually do as Gandhi says and be the change and actually do the work and get involved.
Any questions? Any comments? Yeah.
Earlier in the slides, you said that $14 billion is enough to cover a lot of costs. For how long?
For 1 year.
$13 billion feed and everything for 1 year?
Yep. Zach.
There's lots of like good documentaries like this one on Walmart.
Yes.
That just like it talks about all these big corporations and how they like take down
How many of you have seen the Walmart documentary? How many of you have seen the stuff produced by Michael Moore? Anybody interested in doing a screening? Good. Anything else? Any questions?
What you're saying about sweatshops is absolutely fair. Like, you'd rather that you don't buy from the poor countries. You'd rather that the snobby rich countries would just rather buy from themselves and spend all their money here than actually give people jobs overseas.
I'm glad that you raised that point. One of the criticisms that's often given about sweatshops is that, aren't these people lucky? At least they have a job. And it's not necessary for the conditions in which people live in sweatshops and work in sweatshops to be that way. Walmart could have people working in India to sew clothing and pay them a respectable wage and not beat their employees and not tie them to a station so that they can't use the washroom. So I'm not saying don't buy clothes from people who work in India. I'm saying, please, Walmart, other corporations, have some sense of community and responsibility so that workers aren't being beaten and starved.
Except that it's more expensive.
Again, your perspective, looking from an I position.
No, but then the other countries are still going to do it that way because...
Again, that's the thing. We always come back to there's problems. With problems, we can't do it because of this. All I'm saying is in a nicer world, we wouldn't have...
So we should drop our free market system and then go for like a less free market system, you think?
Yes.
Really? Wow. Okay.
It's also their governments
Guys.
that don't make the change. Like they
Yes.
don't place the laws, and they also compete in the whole race to the bottom.
Very good.
ideology.
And one thing is, I've given you a lot of information and a lot of statistics, and I've taken a lot of things that I know and put them into a 45 minutes presentation, which is hard. I mean, it would have been nice to have a whole 50-minute presentation about sweatshops where we can unpack things and really come to understand them. But you're raising a really valid point. When we talk about poverty globally or the Black world, there are people that are in underdeveloped countries and governments who are benefiting from this. And we need to take that into consideration as well. The back?
If you buy activity like not through the companies that have sweatshops and stuff, then the companies will see that it's conversion to the bottom line and they'll start having to pay their workers more. So they can get their customers back, and that's how we
Very good. Right? And I didn't mean, my presentation was not meant to solve the world's problems today. What it was meant to do was raise some awareness about what global citizenship is and how our fellow humans are living on this planet. Dennis?
I think it's very important to figure out the fact that if everybody in this room took their privilege and voted, we could stop a lot of these things. What this gentleman here was saying is something that we could actually, by voting, we could make our government listen in regards to how our companies, Canadian companies, are dealing around the world. So those are the things we have to take, like, vote, you know?
Good. And one other thing I want to say is oftentimes people feel very disempowered. They hear a lot of statistics. I can't solve what's happening around the globe. What I want you to walk away with is that you can make small changes within your own individual lives. One thing that we put together in the social science is a list of potential volunteer opportunities. So if you are compelled, if you're interested, if you want to make a contribution to our local community, there's a list of organizations up on the screen, and you can also come down and pick up a handout if it's something that you're interested in. I want to say thank you all for coming to the presentation. Our next social science speaker is Jim Sanford, and he will be here on November 29th. So hope to see you there.